Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey, how you doing today? Welcome back. It has been a minute, y'all. What you don't know is that I record these podcasts. First of all, it's spring fever. I have spring fever, so I need to turn off my timer on my phone. I have to do work blocks during spring. You might not even be listening to this when it's spring. This ain't even gonna come out in the spring. I don't know when you'll be listening to this, but basically I do what's called batching my podcast. Funny fact, I have over 6 years of podcast topics. Titles always come to me. I usually get several titles a week. And so I have 6 years of them. So I just go in and grab one and record it and really think about what I feel like you all need to hear. But before we go much further, if you're watching me on YouTube and if you're listening to me on whatever digital platform you're on, the skin, y'all, the skin, you're gonna end up seeing episodes where my skin is not quite in this shape. The skin is glass. This is glass skin, y'all. Now, this is what's so funny. I was born in 1977. And I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And honey, we was not doing all this shine. But here we come, pandemicking, and everybody wants the glow. They want the skin. So this is actually, I have worked so freaking hard on my skin. This is like phase 3 of like phase 10. Maybe it's phase 5. But the texture, everything, this glow I have on, the only makeup I have on is lip gloss. I got to draw on my eyebrows, y'all. My eyebrows need a life coach because they stop like right in the middle of my head. So microblading is in my near future. But I have that on. I have on mascara. That's the only makeup I have on. Everything else is my serum. And I think this is really good to talk about because one of the things that you find out midlife is there are things you never really thought about a lot that you want to like go towards. So all my friends were talking about skincare, and I think I just looked at the mirror one day and I was like, I knew I had been pretty not nice to my skin. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, I can see like the age, the progression of time on thy skin, which is great for a wine, but not for my skin. And so I really went in and I'll probably do a video at some point or talk to y'all, take you through a routine. I don't want to shock you with the lack of brow. Actually, it'll be funny because every time I see influencers, I was like, y'all's damn brows ain't, come on. Anyway, so today what we're going to talk about, and I made some notes, is signs you want yourself. Signs that you want yourself. What in the hell does that mean? Signs you want yourself. So I see this a lot on social media. I see this particularly a lot on Facebook, which is where I spend most of my time, Facebook and Instagram, but like Facebook and my homies from college, from like childhood, family, and it never fails. Several times a day, I see a beautiful woman, a smart woman, an incredible woman who is putting up some passive aggressive thing about something a dude did. And I be talking back to the screen. I be like, baby, what you really want is yourself. You want yourself. You think this dude, and listen, I remember when I was there in my marriage. I was there before my marriage. I thought that this person, now remember, I got married when I was 33 and I'm going to be 45 by the time this comes out. I thought this person, I did enough of the work and I was going to meet this person. But no. When you get the person, I feel like that's when the real work begins. I mean, you do some work to get there, but then to be in relationship with someone and to have all the masks fall off, that's why your asses need life coaches to help you through this. Because I've had to coach myself a ton through this, get some assistance through this. And so I realized, and y'all, this is not an old realization. I realized a lot of what I wanted was myself. Okay? Not the house, not the car, not the vacations. I wanted myself. I can't tell you, this last year has been a crash course on what Kim wants, what Kim needs, and I want to tell y'all about it. Here are some signs that you really want yourself. Okay, so I already told you the first one. You are blaming someone else. Something has happened. It hurt you. I mean, it hurt you bad. You cannot get over it. That not get over it, in that not get over it lives not what this other person did. And I'm not saying that we don't have things that happen that don't break our hearts, but those triggers, those things that person hit, that big trigger is you not giving you to you, you giving yourself to this person, that damn job that, you see that meme where it says they replace you before you'd hit the casket. They'd have a memorial for you, have some cake in the conference room, and then put your job be posted. Okay. All these things. When we talk about our families, we talk about, all these things, but at the end, how people are treating us, right? What we really want is ourselves, our boundaries, our lives. We want our own time. We want to not, you hear me say it all the time, fire engine thinking. Fire engine thinking is when someone's got a fire and I got to go run down and put on my fire gear and get on the engine and turn on the siren and go towards them when I need my engine for me. Okay. So that's one of them. We're blaming people. Our hearts are broken, maybe so dramatically that it's trying to tell us something. And that something is telling us is that we want us. Okay. So no one can do anything right. You're constantly complaining. Your friends are rolling their eyes. If you could see them. Yeah. I'm of the generation who still talks on the phone. I know y'all like to text. People roll eyes at text too, right? But you're constantly complaining. No one can do it like you do it. That's why you're complaining, because you're supposed to be doing a lot of these things you want others to do. And I'll give you a hint on this. We are passive aggressive animals. We are the most passive aggressive animals in the world. That basically means what we will do is we will do for somebody what we want them to do for ourselves. Let me say that again. We will do for someone what we want them to do for us. So for instance, say we have a friend who, I don't know, this is an example, someone who, every time something happens, you're there for them, you're boosting them up, you're cheerleading. But then when something happens to you and you call them, they're not there for you because A, you might not have asked them. B, they might not even be the person who could be there for you. C, they so used to you being there for them, they don't even like it when you're in the role when they got to be there for you. But what you're passive aggressively doing is you're being super there for somebody because you want someone there for you. And that person you want there for you is Y-O to the U. That's what you want. Okay? You're hot and you're cold. There's a a song lyric. When I just said it, I don't know what the song is. Maybe y'all know. So you're hot and you're cold. What does that mean? You are loving this person. You are hating this person 5 minutes later. You love that job. You hate that job. You love your house. You hate your house. Now, there's a certain amount of hot and coldness that just comes with being a human. But if your emotions are turning on a dime all the time, like you're spinning from this to this, it's telling me that that person, that job, that thing you're looking for, that happiness, that fulfillment, you're looking for yourself. How do I know that? Because there's nothing else that's going to, we all feel like we have this gaping hole in us. And that gaping hole is a relationship, is a true friendship, is a deeper knowing of who we are. I'll give you an example. My knees and my ankle, my Achilles will give you an example. I just started taking a tennis class. Now, y'all, last time I played tennis, I was terrible. My daddy, God rest his soul, was a great tennis player. I was signed up for Duke tennis camp a million moons ago. I can literally see Barry with his Jerry curl in the picture with me. I got to find that. I see it, right? I was terrible. Now, there's a part of me that's always wanted to revisit tennis. But y'all, this has been a year of me. I will do whatever I want. I will try it all. I love being a beginner. That's something else y'all need to work on. That's a whole nother podcast. Don't I always say that's a whole nother podcast? So I'm taking tennis lessons. I'm loving it. And I'm seeing the side of me. I walk off the tennis court. Well, I hobble a little bit off the tennis court. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually pretty good. This is so much fun. I love being a beginner. I'm thanking the instructors. I can't believe it costs $40, y'all. It's 4 weeks. It costs $40. I can't believe how much I love this. And this trumps any dude who calls me or called me back in the day, or this trumps me waiting on my phone to ring about what my girlfriends are doing. I have this deep experience of myself, and it's extra delish because I felt like I didn't quite get it back in the day. So that's what I'm talking about. And it could just be that you want to, and when I get to what's going to help you with this, we're going to come back to that tennis thing, okay? Things just feel off. Things feel off, y'all. You don't understand why. You're just like, you have this kind of feeling of dis-ease, like you feel uneasy, you just don't know, you're just not yourself, you just like, you feel maybe even some depression, maybe some anxiety. You're just like, is this all life is about? No, bitch, it's not. This is not all that life is about. Life is about you getting to know yourself. Life is about you building community too, and attuning to other people and having relationships. But the most important one you're going to have is that with yourself. Even when you're in a primary relationship, whether it's a marriage or a partnership or whatever it is, you are still having this deep experience of yourself. And honey, it takes people out. It takes people right out that marriage because they're like, whoa, and the fingers are always pointing and blaming the other person when you're having this experience of yourself. I'm not going to say that's another podcast, but we're going to get to that. Okay. So you're jealous. Y'all, I experienced jealousy twice this weekend, and I am so grateful for jealousy. Now, I'm just not a chick. I compete with myself. So when I felt the jealousy around 2 people who had professional opportunities that I didn't get, all it did was tell me that I'm ready for that type of professional opportunity. I literally felt great for them. I was excited that they got that opportunity, but I had that little tinge and I was like, There's that jealousy telling me a direction I want to go into. I don't stay mad at them. I'm not bothered by them. I just simply get to go in that direction or not. Jealousy also goes away. Okay. So I had that moment where I was like, I've made a little note. I want to try this. I want to try that. Back to normal. Okay. Here's another one. Your personality, your irritability has changed. You're an overwhelmingly positive person, and now you're like Winnie the Pooh's asshole. Okay. You hate everything and everybody. That happens. Sorry, Winnie the Pooh's asshole. But the point is just that something has changed so much in you that you're just like, I don't really know who I am. I don't really know what I want. I used to like this. I don't like that. You are at odds. You're not sure. Now, I want to tell you, there's a book called The Personality is Not Permanent. I hope I will mess up a book title. That talks about how you're going to change. You're especially going to change in midlife. Like all of us extroverted people, we are going to become more introverted. And some of those more introverted people, they find a little bit of their extroversion. You could change. You definitely could change, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of change that makes you, going back to that kind of uneasy feeling, like you're snapping at people. You are frustrated. You have given all of the fucks. You've given them all out. You don't have any for yourself. Your I don't give a fuck muscles have atrophied. You care about everything, everybody, everything, and everybody is bothering you. This is your chance to pull back, take some time, find yourself. Okay? So now I want to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about some really actionable, practical things you can do, okay, to help you with this. So the first thing is you get to learn who this new version of you is. I was a professional singer. I ain't a professional singer no more. I was a teaching artist. I'm not a teaching artist anymore. Like, you are allowed to evolve and to become something new. And guess what? If the other humans around you don't get it, so be it. Other humans can be found and loved and who will understand you. For the most part, most of us have at least a couple of people who still are going to stick by us because they love us, we love them, and they're the people who are like, oh my God, I see you so happy with this new thing, or I see you doing this. They're encouraging you to grow, right? Those are the folks, those are your disciples, those are your homies. That's who you really want to have around you, okay? Here is the big one. This is going back to this tennis. What did you love doing before the age of 8 or 10? Go back to doing that. Make a list. Stop this right now if you need to. Make a list of what you used to love. Did you used to love stickers? Did you grow up with me, Lisa Franks? Did you love stickers? Get you a sticker book. Did you love being outside? Go, you know what the equivalent of the outside human adult is? Hiking. I hike about 20 plus miles a week, okay? Did you like making pasta? Did you love playing Frisbee? Do you want a dog? Like, go back to that person who you were and allow yourself to reclaim those parts of yourself, because I'm going to tell you what messed up my whole situation was freaking boys. I stopped going outside. I stopped riding my bike. I stopped doing all those things. Developmentally, that was completely appropriate. But when I felt lost, how I got found back on some Kim, and I want y'all to get found back on some Jenny or Jamal or Sarah or Shamara, I want you to go back and get some found on you. Make you a list of what you like to do before the age of 10. And go through and start doing that and feel really silly, feel vulnerable, and stick with yourself until it feels right. Even feels scary. Some of my solo hikes, scary. Okay? Kick that bucket list before you kick the bucket. all of us have a couple of things that we want to do before we get out of here. What is it? Name that thing. Start making plans towards that thing. We all know we had the pandemic kind of came and smacked us down and made us question all the things. Well, now go back to that list. Does it need to change? Are there more things you want to add to it? Commit to doing some of those things on that list. Don't let that fire engine, don't let that fire engine thinking getting in the way where someone is this. Okay? Talk to your spouse, talk to your partner, talk to your friends. Say, hey, this is what I want to do. What's on your list? Let's hold each other accountable that we're going to do these things, okay? What do you want to stop doing that you've always done? I can give y'all some hints. That freaking people pleasing gets old. Trying to fit yourself into whatever box anybody wants you to be in. That tears you up and turns you inside out. What else do you want to stop? You want to stop going to church every Sunday? Then stop going. What else do you want to stop? Were you a vegan for 10 years and now you don't want to be a vegan? Or have you been a meat eater and now you want to try veganism? Try on some lives, watch some documentaries, read some books, do some things so you can experience, and then maybe you try that. But you got to stop doing some things sometimes to get the new thing going, right? You sick of dealing with dudes with just friends with benefits? Y'all know me. I'm like, do whatever you want as long as it's what you really want to do. You want a relationship now? You don't want just friends with benefits? Stop the friends with benefits. Go for relationships. Hey, I remember when I did that. You know? Think about what you want to stop doing. It's just as important as what you want to start doing. They work hand in hand, okay? Do for yourself what you want others to do for you. We already talked about that. Stop trying to import people's support. Give yourself your own support. Don't be so quick to answer the phone, feel uncomfortable, and listen to people and not try to come in and rescue and save. Give that little cape to yourself. You're worth it, okay? Stick with yourself until you feel grounded. You're not going to always feel good, y'all, when you make change. As a matter of fact, a lot of times when you make change, you're going to feel incredibly uncomfortable. And that's how change is designed. So don't be sitting there waiting till you feel happy or being happy to start. Go ahead and get going. Feel the discomfort, notice it, state it, keep going anyway. That discomfort turns to a grounded feeling, and that grounded feeling can give way to happiness, great, gratitude for yourself, all those things. But stick with yourself until you get it. Okay? Like I'm gonna stick with myself until I become Serena Williams on the tennis court. All right. Let go of what you thought you were gonna be. I say this all the time to people. Life does not turn out how you thought it would. Take that person who you thought you were gonna be, give that person an energetic hug and send them on their way. If you're constantly running that tape of, I was supposed to be this way, it was supposed to be that way, especially y'all when it comes to love, I was supposed to be with him, I was supposed to be with them, I was supposed to be with her. If you're doing that all the time, it's gonna make you feel cray. Okay? Let go of who you thought you were. Let go of who you thought you were going to be with. Let go of what job you thought, where you thought you were going to live. Let go of that identity and welcome in this identity that's coming. If you're in midlife and you're midlife sexy, like all of us here, you could change. If you live to 80 or 90 years old, how many more times can you change? That's exciting to me. Maybe find some excitement where anxiety lived, right? Okay. use what you already have. I mean like this metaphorically and like literally, right? That face cream, that dress you never wear, to the special occasion, that perfume, that tennis racket that stays there, those golf clubs, that PTO, that vacation time you never use because you don't want people to know you take vacations. Y'all, the toxic work environments, that's gonna have to go. That's top. I should have put that as one of the reasons. Okay. The way you beat yourself up with your job, yeah, did that one. Okay. So let use what you already have. Think about it. Open your closet, open under your sink. Look at all your memberships, your audiobooks, all your things. Use what you have already. It wants to be used. That is a way to get to know yourself in different environments. It's kind of like what I think about when I think of dating. I want to know who dude is when the waitress messes up. I'm sorry, we don't say waitress anymore, where the server messes up. I want to see who he is in the traffic when someone cuts him off. I want to see who he is when he's too hot on a hike. Like, turn that on you. I want to see those things about myself, right? Okay. And of course, my favorite one, hire you some help, a personal trainer, a meditation coach, a life coach. Join a membership that focuses around whatever it is you want to do. Hey, you've been talking about wanting to run or lose weight or, learn plant medicine. Join a membership, go on YouTube. And I really want to say, like, there's nothing wrong with freemium. That's the free route. But sometimes we take things we often take things way more seriously when we're putting some skin in the game, some sweat equity, and some moolah, some money, okay? So hire someone. A life coach in particular can help you work through these things. Now, if you're interested in working with me, at the beginning and at the end of this podcast, you'll hear my information on how to do that. So yeah, at the end of the day, all of this can change. How you feel today does not have to be how you feel tomorrow. Okay? All right. So this has been a good one. Y'all know what I always say. Do not lie to your life coach. Like, tell us the truth. Tell yourself the truth. And everything begins to feel better. Cannot wait to talk to y'all next week. Have a good one.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to kimarrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors. And you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.